right, again, after that last video, I just wanted to prep this felt. Repair Bulletin said that we can take a 12-inch piece of felt, which we are right at 12. I've got it tacked over here as if it was installed on this side. And what I've got to do, so the 6 inches over here, as you can see, I've got to tuck that underneath here smooth without damaging these. Again, Repair Bulletin says that I can seal single nail holes, which is fine. It does not say anything about the cracks, and that's what we've encountered here, cracking that shingle and it breaking, much like the repair attempt we set in, damaging, indirect damage to the surrounding shingles. So what I'm gonna try to do is try to slide this down in here and get it. It's got to be flush per Repair Bulletin, GAF or Owens Corning, IKO, whatever manufacturer in the Southeast, you need to go based off of their Repair Bulletin. So I have to get this in here flush. So it has to lay down underneath these shingles just like this in order for it to be proper. Otherwise it'll create curls where moisture can get into and continue to cause leaks in our insured's roof. So I'm gonna start here. I've got plenty lifted to maneuver. I've got some room down here, I've got some room up here. And I've got to get under these shingles to do so. That bottom one. Try not to pick these up too much, but again, I mean, in reality, they've got to be lifted some to get it flush all the way under. Again, I'm not going any higher than my knuckle to try to slide this felt under. As you can see, get it started. We got one nail right here, didn't want to come out earlier. Non-visible nails, we'll get that in a second. And as you can see, I'm not trying to go any higher than my knuckle. Like if I was picking this thing up, I understand. But even so, I don't know if you can see this right here. It's tearing. It's torn that one. Can you see that? So, just minimal. I had another get down here. Another tear. I don't know if you can see this one. You see that? More tears. And so I'm doing maybe 1.5 feet of this long hip, and we've got to do it all the way down this hip. We're damaging the shingles where we've already deemed this a non-repairable roof. We're damaging more shingles just to try to tuck this felt, which was my original concern when we didn't include the slope or even adjacent slopes. When we go back in and put ice and water shield, it's going to affect the adjacent slopes on the other side that weren't being repaired. So in this specific situation, we've got slope G, slope Z, trying to tuck, and we have tears. The more I go, I can't lift it. Again, as you can see, this felt is not laid down all the way, and I have to continue to work it 6 inches. That's all the way to here, and you can see the tip of it's right here. So I've got to get that felt to lay down flush all the way over, and it's causing tears as I try to lay this down and push it over. Now the other issue I'm going to have is the felt could potentially tear too as I try to push and push and keep this thing as low as possible. Without actually getting this up more than I have, it's not going to lay down flush. Again, our issue, this is where both the insured, we requested just to speak to a supervisor so that we know what we're looking at. Being the contractors, doing this on a regular basis. If it was a simple repair with a young roof, I completely understand, but we know this is an older roof. We've deemed it non-repairable on the front, the side. We're doing a pretty big significant replacement of about 75% of this roof, so it's leaving some of it. So this slope's not touched, that slope down there is not touched, but we're going to run into the same issues with overlapping felt. trying to do this on every hip without causing damage. Again, I know repair bulletin says I can seal these nail holes, but there's no way to fix those torn shingles. That's damaging the roof more than it was. That's going to leave areas for water intrusion, more damage as time goes on. And again, I'm not going to keep trying to tear up this roof to do what should be a simple repair with a non-repairable roof. So I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to felt over this. I'm going to go ahead and put a tarp up since we removed this to show it again. Now my concern is these tears that are popping up, especially these two. I'll tell you what, I'll go ahead and drop this one down here and just try to get it to lay under. I believe I have another nail, a hidden nail down here again. That corner to lay down, and right here too. Well, here's another one. So I've almost got that corner down, but again, right here we've got another torn sheet. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? So we're tearing these shingles. There's a tear, not the top, but this bottom one right here. We're tearing that one. We've got 3 tears so far that I've seen. We've got one here, got one here. So at what point do we need to stop if it continues to tear this hip? Because it's not a solution. The repair bulletin trying to tuck felt is not a solution to work on this specific roof. So we're gonna stop here. We'll put a tarp over it and we'll talk to the insured, let them know where we're at, and we'll submit this video also.